Good evening, everyone. We are the HRDM Group 2, and we will discuss our research proposal. In a company, Human Resources Department is the one in charge in crafting plans that focuses on the career development of employees while reaching the organization goal. Job satisfaction is a variable that has been widely used in different research studies previously. Singleton and Ching-Sing define job satisfaction as a way that a worker feels towards his or her job in a favorable or positive way. The factors of job satisfaction are namely intrinsic satisfaction, extrinsic satisfaction, and general satisfaction. On the other hand, organizational commitment is the employee's dedication to achieve organization's goals and values. It has three dimensions, which are affective commitment, normative commitment, and continuous commitment. On the contrary, Luckey stated that job dissatisfaction occurs when employees are unmotivated to work because they are not happy with their job. The latest Job Happiness Index report of JobStreet, Filipinos are becoming dissatisfied with their jobs. The Philippines rating of job satisfaction dropped from 5.25 in 2016 to 4.97 scale of 1 to 10. Although they are still happy with their jobs, the industries that rank the lowest on average are retail, banking and finance, and BPO. There are papers that examine the relationship between job satisfaction and organizational commitment, which then showed that demographic profiles such as gender, employment status, and educational attainment influences the employee's job satisfaction. Also, some paper revealed that there is a significant relationship between organizational commitment and job satisfaction. With that, this paper aims to examine the relationship between job satisfaction and organizational commitment among the BPO employees working in the top 3 biggest IT BPO companies in the Philippines.
The researchers come up to the study entitled Correlation Analysis of Job Satisfaction and Organizational Commitment, and its purpose is to determine the level of job satisfaction and organizational commitment of the employees working in the top 3 biggest IT BPO in the Philippines. It also aims to identify the relationship between job satisfaction and organizational commitment. The researchers attempts to find solutions to the following problems. The first one is what is the profile of the respondents in terms of the following variables, including sex, age, civil status, employment type, job position, job tenure, seniority level, monthly income, and educational attainment. Second is how do the employees working in the top 3 biggest IT BPO in the Philippines assess the level of their job satisfaction on account of the following constructs: intrinsic satisfaction, extrinsic satisfaction, and general satisfaction. Third problem is what is the respondents' assessment of their level of agreement on the organizational commitments constructs on account of affective commitment, normative commitment, and continuance commitment. Fourth, is there a significant difference in the assessment of the employees working in the top 3 biggest IT BPO in the Philippines on their level of job satisfaction when they are grouped according to profile? Fifth, is there a significant difference in the assessment of the respondents on their level of agreement on the constructs of organizational commitment when they are grouped according to profile? Lastly, is there a significant relationship between job satisfaction variables and organizational commitment constructs?
Thank you for that, my fellow researcher. Now I shall proceed to expound the review of related literature of our study. Job satisfaction as one of the primary variables of the study. We analyzed multiple studies from foreign to local to obtain the pieces of literature that revolve around job satisfaction. There are 3 primary factors of job satisfaction that our study will be utilizing. Stated by Calvert, 1977, intrinsic satisfaction is derived from the combination of intrinsic factors encountered while performing a job. According to Backtest 2017, define extrinsic faction as a way of individual feels about their work. In addition, this makes them encouraged to adapt in the long run, according to the study of Manzun et al. Extrinsic satisfaction It is the tangible rewards that employees receive from their management, mostly from compensations and benefits. In addition, the study from Mutinda 2015, entitled Extrinsic Factors that Affect Employee Job Satisfaction in Faith-Based Organizations, shows that majority of the respondents find their jobs or working conditions conducive. Thus, it adds satisfaction to their jobs. It keeps them going by receiving these tangibles, rewards such as compensations. A third one would be the general satisfaction. According to Papathanasiao et al. 2015, there was a study from Netherlands by them. Is the source of satisfaction and dissatisfaction, such as job environment, health conditions, and organizational performance by overall, is a general satisfaction. According to Lambert et al. 2018, also said that it is the overall behavior of an employee in the workplace, like do they sound comfortable, are they avoidant? Such as behaviors that they normally show are the general satisfactions they have. Now, analyzing the positive point of view is important, so do knowing the counterpart is. We've also reviewed about job dissatisfaction, which in any case, an individual standpoint that encompasses how everyone feels about their job and employer in a negative and reluctant way. The complete other side of the job satisfaction. Now, the study from Mawasilia F. 2013, if your environment is toxic, full of gossips, jealousy, one-sided stories, and such adversities that contribute to the negatives instead of positives, creates this dissatisfaction among individuals. In addition, it also limits the career growth of an employee, according to Fott and Tanglu et al. 2013 studies. So, not just these job satisfaction factors from the foreign and local studies, but also we've reviewed the literatures of the job satisfaction revolving around the BPO companies. One is according to study from India, George 2018, call centers produce health problems. Despite the fact that there have been numerous works given on contact centers over years, and the industry, it has shown that call center agents remains happy with the work that they are doing, as there are significant portion of respondents that happy with their pay, recognition of efforts, relationship with the peers, and the behavior of their bosses, thanks to the participation of the management and availability of open channels and communications. Also, according to study from Wachowski 2015, when the authorities or higher positions recognize their employees, they are more likely to be motivated and strive towards their goals and feels accomplished. So it has shown from the previous studies that if there is a good relationship by employee-employer, it keeps them going.
And as a continuation of what Mr. Ganzon have discussed, I will now proceed with organizational commitment. So any organization's capacity to sustain itself and be productive in an environment that is becoming more competitive depends on the approach of its human resources. The organization's driving force is its human resources, and utilizing their strengths helps to greatly enhance excellence and quality. So organizational commitment will have a benefit or beneficial effect on the business because of its relationship to performance and turnover, which shows that individuals who are devoted to their company tend to give their all in all they do. Although organizational commitment has something to do with the employee satisfaction, it is proven in multiple studies that it has a negative correlation to the turnover rate of the employees, whereas it's more on the dissatisfaction level of the employees that leads to actual turnover, according to the studies of Brata and Wibawa from 2021. And Lincoln and Baslow stated that three determinants of organizational commitment are employee willingness, employee loyalty, and employee pride in the organization. On the other hand, according to Allen and Mayer from the year 1990, identified organizational commitment composed of three dimensions, which is normative, continuous, and effective. So, with the three dimensions of organizational commitment, the effective, normative, and continuation commitment were postulated by Mayer and Allen last 1987 and 1991. Effective commitment is a person's emotional attachment to the organization, asserts Allen and Mayer, while continuance commitment is based on the individual's recognition of the cost associated with leaving the organization, and normative commitment reflects the individual's sense of moral obligations to do so. And effective commitment is considered a more effective measure of organizational commitment since it indirectly influences the other two dimensions of organizational commitment. Since effective commitment involves the attachment emotionally to an organization, and when employees perceive being part of the organization makes them feel happy, and that is according to Chong and Yazdani 2020. A member of an organization's effective aspect is how they emotionally identify with and demonstrate their involvement in a group or in the group. With this study, the determinants of effective commitment, a personal characteristic in which age, job experience, expertise, educational attainment or levels, sex, and race are classified. Another qualities related to the role, followed by structural qualities and job experiences. A study revealed that occupational challenges are increased by job enrichment, which leads to increased commitment, while organization size, supervising scope, continuity, and focus of the job have no significant relationship to organizational commitment. And the degree to which employees feel compelled to remain with their company is referred to as continuance commitment. The amount and size of investment and use resources in the organization and lack of job opportunities outside the organization are considered to be the prerequisites of continuance commitment. Organizational commitment and job satisfaction are the constructs that have been discussed often in the scientific literature about work organization. And the results of these studies then they revealed that there is a strong relationship between organizational and job satisfaction.
The research design of this study will be a combination of descriptive and correlational research method. The objectives of descriptive design is to investigate different situations and targets to answer the questions like how the situation happened, when in terms of time or date, where it happened in terms of place, and what the issue or phenomenon is. While the goal of the correlational research method is to identify the variables and show how they relate to one another. In this study, it aims to investigate the information of the respondents on what, when, where, and how factors affecting their level of job satisfaction, as well as the level of agreement when it comes to their organizational commitment according to their profile. It also aims to examine if there is a significant relationship between job satisfaction and organizational commitment among the employees of top 3 IT BPO companies in the Philippines, which are Concentrix, Accenture, and Teleperformance.
The inspiration of the respondents of this study is the recent survey from JobStreet regarding Job Happiness Index. In the 2017 survey of Employee Job Happiness Index, the number of happy employees has slightly decreased from 5.25 in 2016 to its current rating of 4.97 on a 10-point scale. The happiest employees work in the hospitality, government, and food beverages industries. Meanwhile, the BPO industry is ranked as one of the least happy. In addition, the description of our respondents are delimited to the following rank and file BPO employees working in Concentrix, Accenture, and Teleperformance, or the top 3 biggest IT BPO companies in the Philippines. The demographic profile of respondents include sex and age ranges from 18 to 58 years old, as they have suitable numbers of experience and perspective in business processing outsourcing. They can offer us the information we need regarding the factors that affect their job satisfaction and organizational commitment in the BPO industry.
This study target the employee of the top 3 largest IT BPO companies in the Philippines, as is a population. The total population from this study is 229,320. The sample size from this study is calculated using solving formula with 5% as the margin error, which resulted to 399 respondents, 43.61% or 174 responded will be from Concentrix, 31.85% or 127 respondents from Accenture, and 24.54% of 98 respondents from Teleperformance. The sample techniques to be using the non-probability sample is physically convenient the sample with picks out people in the most convenient and fastest way to get immediately. Respondent with this paper will be including respondent that are available or convenience to participant in the study. Now, moreover, individually outside the population are not included the respondent of this study.
This study will use an adapted questionnaire of Allen and Mayer to determine the employee's level of satisfaction. And the 24-item questionnaire will also examine the employee's organizational commitment under the 3 constructs such as affective, normative, and continuance. These survey questionnaires will be the main data gathering instrument of this paper. The first part of the questionnaire consists of a 10-item survey that collects the respondents' demographic informations. The second part is a 20-item job satisfaction questionnaires. It's an adopted short-form MSQ questionnaire by Allen and Mayer in 1990 that measures satisfaction based on 20 variables divided into intrinsic, extrinsic, and general satisfaction. This is categorized by intrinsic with 11 questions, extrinsic satisfaction with 4 questions, and general satisfaction with 5 questions, with 5 being the highest or very satisfied, and 1 being the lowest, which means extremely dissatisfied with work. The third part of the questionnaires is also based on Allen and Mayer MSQ questionnaire in 1993. It consists of 24 questions that measure the respondents' level of agreement with the 3 dimensions of organizational commitment, namely affective, normative, and continuance. The 24 items are divided into 8 questions equally based on the 3 organizational commitment concept models.
The statistical tools to be utilized are based on the SOP that researchers presented. Frequency data will be used to get the percentage of respondents' responses according to their profile. To interpret the data regarding the respondents of level of job satisfaction and level of job agreement on the organizational commitment, weighted mean will be used. The t-test is the statistical tool will be used in the study to assess whether there is a significant difference with the respondents' level of job satisfaction and level of organizational commitment. Is a significant difference with the respondents' level of job satisfaction, and level of organizational commitment upon discovering the mean of both variables from the data of the study. ANOVA is the statistical tools to be used to figure out the significant difference between their ANOVA is the statistical tools to be used to figure out the significant difference between their levels of agreement in the organizational commitment. To determine the significant relationship, job satisfaction, and organizational commitment, Pearsons are statistical to be used.